DOJ releases first phase of Epstein files, including key evidence list. Now, the headline is a bit misleading, but yesterday, the U.S. Department of Justice, under Attorney General Pam Bondi, released the first phase of declassified files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This initial release includes about 200 pages of documents such as flight logs and redacted contact book and a list of masseuses and evidence lists as well. Many of these documents had been previously leaked but were not officially released by the government until now, which is where the controversy begins, because most of these documents had been seen either through leaks or had been seen in actual court documents. Nothing necessarily was new. So on the flight list, if you hadn't seen some of the leaked lists before, some of the notable names that were on the list, the contacts, people he was in contact with constantly, were Alec Baldwin, Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger, Naomi Campbell, Andrew Cuomo, Courtney Love. But the names don't imply any wrongdoing. They're just people he had contact with, because Epstein had a big contact list of many folks who were famous. These don't actually, indicate that any foul doing was done with these people, but these people knew Epstein, although most of them did not necessarily say they didn't. Now, here's where things get a little dicey. Pam Bondi was big on saying, you're going to learn some Epstein stuff this week. We're releasing Epstein papers. You're going to get the stuff. And as we said earlier, most of the stuff we got was already either published because it was in court documents or leaked online because someone saw it first. What Pam Bondi is saying is that new FBI Director Kash Patel actually withheld some documents, or specifically the New York office where all this documentation would have been, withheld some of the newer, hotter, juicier stuff out there. No words, particularly from Kash Patel, on those words, but Pam Bondi is saying that the FBI is holding back on documentation, the newer stuff that she said was going to be released by the Department of Justice. We'll see how long it takes for part 2 to come out. And the big interesting thing about the picture you see is the binders, the information was released at a ceremony in the White House to some online conservative podcasters, online content creators who are into this stuff. And then they put it online for the public to see. So the first look went to, I guess, officials. Second look went to these people so they can talk about it on their shows. And the third look to us, which we found that if you did any looking into it beforehand, all the stuff that was there was the same stuff that was there already.